Good morning, welcome to Planet Mojo. Today we're going to head down and look at the American chestnut trees. I haven't been down this way all winter. This snow is fresh. There probably wasn't any snow last week. We just had a blizzard a couple days ago, so I don't know what I'm going to run into down there. As far as trees go, we have at least 3 trees just on this little stretch right here that have fallen across the road. They're all small like that, so it won't be a big cleanup, but it should be pretty interesting what's gone on down here. One of the first things I gotta do is find a stick for Miss Izzy. Yeah, lots of little stuff over the road. Well, I guess you could call this over the road as well. I'm gonna have to cut that out in order to get the gator through here. Well, this should be a pretty interesting walk. I gotta get our Doberman back on track here. Let me find her, and I'll get back with you in a little bit down that way. There she is. This tree bent like this, oh, it's probably been 5 years now. At first, it was just at an angle way up there, and every year it gets further and further. Now it's touching the ground. I believe that's a maple. You see these all the time in the woods. One of these branches, like probably this one, will grow up into this opening, and then the tree will die right here, and then you'll have this weird tree that goes like that. Pretty interesting. All right, let's go check on them chestnuts. Deja, come on. Deja loves fresh snow for some reason. I just got to teach her about this ravine and not to get too close. Hopefully she has enough sense to not go over the edge here. It's a long drop. The woods are so beautiful in the winter. It's windy as all get out up there, but real nice down here. All right, I don't see anything on the road here, so I'll get back with you by the first chestnut right there. That's pretty interesting. We had a big tree over here. This fell last year, and it was kind of hung up over there, and now it's just kind of mashed down into the bottom of the ravine. It'll be interesting to see what that does when we get a nice flood coming through here. A lot of water comes through here when you have a big rainfall. Oh, there's a bit of a breeze right there. Hopefully that won't mess up the camera too much. Yeah, I can't see where it is. I just heard what sounds like a seagull, and that is a bald eagle. I'll have to show you if he comes around again. All right, this first American chestnut, I believe I showed this last year, but not this top part. They have broken off the top completely. For some reason, the deer are just going nuts on these. That was probably a buck marking his territory, and he just snapped it, just jumped on top of it and snapped it. This is all from rubbing. Yeah, it'll make a comeback from that, but I don't know how many times it's going to do that. We'll look at this again in the summer once it starts budding out. Hopefully it can throw out a bud up here somewhere and just continue on. At some point, the tree might be strong enough to avoid this kind of stuff, but yeah, for some reason, the deer just love these things. All right, the next one's in bad shape as well. Well, maybe all of them. Let's go take a look at the next one. Look at all these wood chips on the ground. That is from woodpeckers, and most likely pileated woodpeckers. They're giant birds. Yeah, they've shredded this tree. Pretty cool. Yeah, they're going after the bugs inside the tree. Here's an example of a tree that was bent over like that. It went like that, and then it started growing upwards, and everything that was bent over like that died back long ago. This branch right here was actually the continuation of the tree. Pretty gnarly. There is the bald eagle. You're probably not going to be able to see it. If you see movement between the trees, that's it. Yeah, we'll see if he comes right over us. Probably will. There used to be an American chestnut planted right here. That one died a few years ago. Yeah, they do not do real good, at least in Wisconsin. But on the other hand, there's a grove of them up north of us, and they're huge. So you would think they would grow, but maybe just not here. Yeah, the woodpeckers have tore this tree up as well, but they made a full-size cavity up there. Something might be living in that. If not yet, bluebirds or something else may make a home in that cavity come spring, or perhaps red-headed woodpeckers. Yeah, it's really nice down here today once you're out of the wind. Very calm and peaceful. Another cavity right there. Yeah, I killed back a small area right here, some of the weed trees, and that's probably one of them. This is the infamous chair in the woods. I put this chair in here, it's got to be like 8 years ago now. I wanted to see how long it would take to just rot away, and it's still going pretty strong. I think the feet have rotted away, but this must have had Scotchgard or something on it. It does have moss over the entire face of it. Not on these arms or anything, but come summer I'll show you this again. It does have moss on like where you would sit and on the back, but doing pretty darn good. I have the feeling that this is just going to turn to dust and disintegrate all in 1 year, but I may be wrong. You girls ready to play? They're trying to get a stick. Find a stick, I'll throw it for you. Go find a stick. Go with your sister, go find a stick. I just passed up the tree. It must be laying down again. It should be right in here. There it is. All right. This tree got smashed to the ground. It was laying flat down there. The top of another tree fell and pinned it to the ground. And it was like that for almost a year. I found it. I staked it straight. But when I took the stake off, it did this. It just kind of keeled over. So I'm letting it grow whatever it wants to as the new top. This is going to be one of them funky trees as well. As soon as I figure out what it wants to use for a new top, I'll just cut the other stuff off and it'll be a funky shaped tree. Yeah, these trees have had such bad luck. And look at how big this thing was. It stood, oh, maybe 12 feet tall, something like that, but it's just not strong enough to support itself, so I'm gonna have to do a new top on it. Yeah, unfortunate. Alright, let's go look at the next one. The next one was really slaughtered by the deer as well, but we'll see if they did any more damage. Yeah, these chestnut trees, it doesn't even pay to get a height or a diameter or anything like that on them like I do with the bur oaks. They are just not growing fast enough. Thank you very little. And it's like every year they get new damage to them. Well, you're gonna have to find your own stick. She stole that one. No, that's too little. No, too little. Deja's following some deer prints. Deer tracks. Got a rabbit right here. Yeah, we're going right into the sun here. I have to cut this off for a little bit. This tree was planted along with like 6 others along the road here, and it's the only one left. And if you've been following the channel, it had a good sized branch coming off here, and the deer just smashed it right off, and they bit off the ends of all these branches. I'm going to get out here and spray this with deer repellent. I had thought it was beyond that, but I was wrong. So, like I said, I'm going to get out here and spray this really heavy with deer repellent. I put this trunk protector on in the fall. I'll take it off in the spring, but that's there to keep the rabbits from girdling the tree. They did that once before. This got probably as big as it is right now, about 6 feet, and the rabbits girdled it, killed it back, and then a couple sprouts came up from the roots, and I picked one of those and cut everything else off, and this is the results of that. So this tree has been through hell, but it obviously has a big old root system because it's nearly 10 years old. This is either 8 or 9 years old. Well, hopefully, yeah, look at that real short growth. Not much at all. You know, that's like 4 inches. Yeah, this summer I'm going to fertilize this tree and we'll protect it from the deer. Really can't do nothing about this. The scar is already healing a little bit, but hopefully it gets over that. And I was going to put a couple T-posts over here and put some fencing on it just to keep the deer from coming right through here and marking this. I don't think they'll do it from the other side, but I could be wrong. There's no way on earth I'm going to contain this completely. Alright, so that's it. It's, well, let's get a decent height. Yeah, it's almost exactly 6 feet tall. I'm 6'4", and this is right at about eye level, so, or a hair over it. It's 6 feet, maybe 6'1". And not doing the best because of this big damage here, but It's still alive and kicking. Whoa, pretty windy here. Got to block the camera. So, like I said, we'll come back and check on this in early spring, get it nice and spritzed with some deer repellent, and we'll fertilize this year and see how it does. So, if you want to see that, make sure you subscribe and click on the update icon. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you put them in the comment section below. And if you share the video and or give it a like, it helps the channel out greatly. Thanks for watching and have a great day.